All right, so let's do a review for exam 4. I don't think we've talked about the antiderivative stuff, right? So looks like there's about 13 questions. They're mostly about integrals. This is a sum. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Okay, let's start here. Write down the question number 1. Well, actually, before we start, shoot, forgot about this. 1 second. I need to use all right, so number 1, find an antiderivative of the given function. Be sure to show the steps of finding an antiderivative. Okay. So they give us this function here. And they want us to find the antiderivative. So basically, integrate it, or whatever you want to call it, respect to x, and do a power rule on each one. That's all you got to do. Okay, they didn't write the symbol, but that's what they want. So this will become 27x cubed over 3 minus 6x squared over 2 minus 3x plus c. And that reduces, of course, to 9x cubed minus 3x squared minus 3x plus c. Number 2, it's similar, I guess, but we can go ahead and do it. Any questions on number 1? So just integrate this guy. So I'm going to rewrite this guy as a square root. First, let's separate the integrals and do 2 separate ones. That way it's a little easier for you to see. And change this to a x to the 1/2, right? We'll integrate in just a moment. I pulled up the 4th. That way it's a little easier to bring this to the top. Again, how many steps you want to show is up to you. You need to show work, but I showed extra steps so you can see what's happening. Oops. So now I brought the 1/2 x to the top. Now we can integrate. So add 1 and divide by the result. So that'll be -5 plus 1 over -5 plus 1 plus 1/4 times -1/2 plus 1 over -1/2 plus 1 plus c. So that will be x to the -4 over -4 plus 1/4 times x to the 1/2 over 1/2. So at this point, we're just doing algebra. This right here is the integral step. Now just make it pretty because right now it looks weird. Flip that guy and multiply because it's 1/2 divided by half. So sorry, it's a divided by half, so that means multiply. This guy becomes a negative. So multiply, that will be 1/4 times 2, so 1/2 x. So yeah, that's it. Any questions on number 2?
How did you get the coefficient of the middle term to be 1/2?
Oh, right here.
Yes, sir.
But when you divide by a half, that's the same as multiplying by 2.
Oh, 2/4. Okay, yeah.
So
then that'd be
1/4
1/2.
times 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. My mind blanked out. All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, the fractions make it look harder than it needs to be, but just remember your rules and let me know if you forgot something. You guys cool on this page? Let me know if you need me to turn it back or something. Number 3 and 4 is similar stuff. Let me show you. Well, let me share. There it goes. See, here's 3. Same thing, right? Integrate this guy, integrate that guy. No big deal. This will, you just need to rewrite this as a 1/2 power. Same thing. Let's do number 5. That's different. This is called solve the initial value problem. All right, so this is dy dx is equal to 1 over x cubed plus x. And they tell us that x is greater than 0 and y of 1 is equal to 2. So what you have to do is integrate both sides, and then you're going to get that c, and you need to solve for the c using this information. Okay, so this is what you do. You integrate dy dx, and you integrate this side with respect to x. So this integral, remember how we said integrals and derivatives are opposites of each other based on the fundamental theorem. So this will cancel, leaving you with y, right? Because derivative of y with respect to x cancels with the integral with respect to x, leaving you with y. So now we know that y will be equal to this integral. We can integrate piece by piece if you want, no matter. So y will be equal to, so let's rewrite this guy here. Add 1 and divide by the result. So it'll be -3 plus 1 over -3 plus 1 plus x1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. So the equation, the y equation, which is what we're finding. We're looking for the solution to this differential equation. We will get x to the -2 over -2 plus x squared over 2. So we need to find the c. So here's the differential solution, or the solution to the differential equation. Plug this in, because remember, this is just a point, right? This is the same as saying 1 comma 2. We plug in 1 and get a 2, meaning that y is 2 and x is 1. So right here, plug in the initial condition. And solve C. So this will give us 2 equal to -½ right? Plus a half plus C. So 2 is equal to C, because the halves will cancel. 1 to any power will be 1. 1 squared is 1, 1 -2 is 1. So here we go. These cancel. So if C is 2, that means the solution to the differential will be this right here. Just plug in the 2. So make it a little prettier, I suppose you could say negative, because there's a -2 down there. X -2. Well, we could bring it to the bottom, I suppose. So -1 over x squared plus x squared over 2 plus 2. This is the solution to the differential. If you take a derivative of this, you will get this. Any questions on number 5?
I have 1/2x².
Yeah, there should be a 2. I think I forgot that 2 right there. Thanks. All right, and so you guys understand how to solve differential equations, right? You integrate and then solve for the c using the point they give you. So 6 will be the same. Find the antiderivative, plug in the 1 and the 8, find the c. All right, number 9. You guys cool on this page? Let me know if you're not. Okay, so number 9 just find the sum. It looks like it just goes from 1 to 2. It doesn't sound very difficult at all. Plug in the 1, so 4 times 1 over 1 plus 9. Plug in the 2, and I think I'm done. So that will be 4 over 10 plus 8 over 11. Add those up and you should get 62/55. Nothing too crazy. Number 9, I feel like, is a gimme question. Any questions on number 9? And let's do 11. It's the same thing. Okay, sorry about that. Got distracted. So this one has bounds. So we're going to integrate each one. And then we'll evaluate from 0 to 2. So that will become 3x squared plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1, and the 5 becomes an x. Right, all the way evaluated from 0 to 2. So that'll be 3x cubed over 3 plus x squared over 2 plus 5x from 0 to 2. Actually, these threes cancel, right? So who cares about that? So now evaluate from 2 to 0, or sorry, yeah, starting from the 2 minus the 0. So 2 plus 2 minus 0. Let's put some brackets right here. Minus 0 cubed plus 0 squared plus 5 times 0. All that is going to be gone, right? So this will be 8 plus 2 plus 10, 20. Any questions on the steps here? Cool. Alrighty. So number 10 is the same thing. It just has a square root 10 number instead of a 2. Okay. Number 12. Let's do 13 because that one's a little harder. Check this out. See how they define the total area of the region between the curve and the x-axis. So basically you integrate this guy from 1 to 3. But here, this one gives you a visual. So here's x squared plus 3, and they ask you to find the area of the region. So you integrate from 0 to 2. So here you kind of have to see it. So all you got to do, I would do it on the next page, I guess. Oh, the shaded. Okay. So the integral from 0 to 2 on the graph, on the top of the graph is x squared plus 3. So that's what you're going to integrate. So that will be x2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus 3x from 0 to 2. So that'll be x cubed over 3 plus 3x from 0 to 2. Then fundamental theorem says plug in the 2 first. Minus plug in the 0. So that'll be 8 thirds plus 6 minus 0, of course. Anyway, add those together. This will be 8 thirds plus, yeah, what is that? 18 thirds, which is 26, sorry, 26 thirds. There we go. Any questions on this, finding the area?
I'm not sure if you gave us a different version, but my review only reads 11 questions, not 13.
Yeah, they're not on my, they're not numbered correctly, sorry. This is the last one. This should be this is 13 on there, but it's not actually 13. Is yours not labeled that way?
No, your number 13 is
Your number what?
your number 13 is my number 11, but I only have 11 questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, let me show you. This will make more sense if I show you. See how I don't have, it goes from 6 to 9. And
Oh.
then it goes from 11, 12, 13. So it's not really 13 questions. There's 7 and 8 are missing. So there's technically 2 less. So this is actually 11, the 11th question. So it's just mislabeled. Sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that quickly. Is there any questions that you want to go over again that you might have missed? Or any ideas that didn't make sense? Alrighty. Do you guys have any homework problems you're struggling with? We still got about 20 minutes, I think. All right then. Well, if you want to head out, you can. If you want to stick around, you're welcome to. But that's all I have for you today. Let me know if there's any, if you get stuck on anything, you can bring them on Monday or something.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yep.
Can we go over the 9 over x to the third?
Is it from the review or something else?
The review.
Let's see here. Nine over x cubed.
Yes, with the 1 is less than or equal to.
Okay, sure. Let's do. On mine it's 12, but yours is 10, I guess, right, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, mine would be number.
Need to fix that. Find total area between the graph and the x-axis. So we need to integrate the function 9 over x cubed, and that 1 to 3, I mean, those are the bounds, basically. So if you were to graph it, it would be like the last question that was shaded. Let me show you. If you were to graph it, you just close it off from 1 to 3. And then you would integrate that section. So you'll get some area underneath this guy. That's all we're doing. So rewrite this guy as x negative 3. And then go ahead and integrate, I suppose. So that'd be 9x negative 3 plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1 from 1 to 3. So that will become 9x to the negative 2 over negative 2 from 1 to 3. So go ahead, we can rewrite this a little bit better. So it'll be negative 9 over 2, 1 over x squared from 1 to 3. So plug in the numbers, so that'll be 1 over 3 squared minus negative 9 over 2, 1 over 1 squared, right? So that'll be negative 9 over 2 times 1 over 9, minus minus is a plus, so that'll be 9 over 2 times 1. Okay. So negative times that positive cancels those 9s. We get a negative half plus 9 halves, which is 8 halves, which is 4. Any of those steps not make sense?
No, I got it. I found where I messed up.
So all you do is answer like half, the only questions.
You have any other questions?